So where does the aspect of evoking your own medicine actually start? So I believe it really starts with actually tuning into, listening to, and follow through in alignment with your own truth. And really finding like one flow there. And what I observe more and more, it's actually in my own life, it's in my work, in my surroundings. Oftentimes people really know what's right for them. And the point of actually taking action on that, that's oftentimes like the, let's say, this buzzing energy of like, can I really do that? Because I mean, the one thing is actually knowing your truth and what is really true to you, which surrounding is supporting you, all aspects when we talk about inner healing mechanisms, what aspects are really supporting your self-healing mechanisms. And hence, when we talk about self-healing, I would say also your most aligned path of your evolution, of your cycle of evolution in this lifetime. So for me, this is one, actually really saying yes to your soul's path. And the one thing is really knowing what is right for you, what is true to you. And the next challenging step is, like I said before, is really following through. So I observe, especially the last couple of days, that those mechanisms of compensation where truth is being known, but it's actually been denied in a way in reality. So there's no real step, no conversation happening, no action happening. This is, it has an ending right now. I observe it has an ending. What do I mean by that? So let's say patient X came in my practice, and let's say before 3-4 years, it's like, okay, some, aspects, topics coming up on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual level. So it's like how I started also to address my work, to actually start a connection point with patients. It's actually really tuning into the quality of the divine healer. So actually devoting, the self to this intelligence in the room and really seeing, okay, what wants to be spoken, what wants to be moved, and what wants to be addressed, really. So before 3-4 years, I observed those compensatory mechanisms where, for example, I addressed for people, it was much more gentle. So it was like, okay, it's been touched once or twice, they know about it, and it's also could be that they're like, oh yeah, I really know I should do that, but it could also be like they just denied it again, and it's like, yeah, life just continued, nothing real, how can I say, bad without fear here really happened. So it was much more also collectively like a more gentle vibration, I would say. So for me, this quality radically changed. So now when, let's say, person X has like is in a specific situation, so something has been addressed in the space and those compensatory mechanisms are coming up, it's much more like, okay, now you cannot unknow now. So when you go against the knowing, it really gets dense. And for me, this is less about punishment. It's more like about what did you say as a soul that you would do in this life. So when we step away from this, let's say, our unique path, owning our unique medicine, it's just the frequency gets like this. So it's buzzing. And in a way it's good. So I think it's good. It's not really comfortable. So medicine can be really bitter. Yes. But we're talking about medicine. That's also the frequency, behind here, the spaces you see me online, the name that came before, some years with owning your medicine, of actually, own what really is true to you, right? Not own what is comfortable. That's a difference. And so this quality of actually that, let's say the collective, your soul, the vibration on the planet is actually asking you to devote yourself to your cosmic powers is increasing. And I think it's a good fire that is burning. And it's not that, how can I say, someone else can actually say, oh yeah, just do that and everything will be good. So here again, circling back to your own space, you're being called to actually follow your truth. You can be in a space with people or coaches, healers, whatever, that are educated in this, that are actually also living their life, devoting themselves to their soul's brilliance, to the divine, actually really surrendering to this quality. I find this is the highest quality there is, not in an ego way, not in a pedestaling way, much more like in okay, there is divine law in it. And when you surrender more and more to this quality, you will evoke your own medicine. And what happens then, the healing qualities in you, they will actually start to flow. They will flow. And so the conversation we're having also about like healthcare is changing here. Big time. And that's also why I started, besides the private practice and the one-on-ones and the treatments and the sessions, I started to speak up more online about, the quality of owning your medicine, and actually also opening up healing spaces, let's say like in a group setting, like Cosmic Touch, that is starting next week. When you listen to this video later on, so you can just, click the link so you will see more information. So let it be that you want to join now or even later. So information and all the details will be found there. But I deeply believe it's a space where you actually train your own capability of tuning into your own medicine and really following that truth, your capability of actually raising your own medicine, of evoking your own medicine, of being more in your home tone. It's so crucial when we talk about healing, when we talk about actually coming into our power, in the quality of our own leadership, in really serving with our mission. And that's the name that came of, like, it's cosmic touch. You're being touched by cosmic power, by your own cosmic power, right? So cosmic touch is actually a space where you take back your power. Because how often we, as a collective, I would say, so I definitely lived that big time, this powerlessness, especially in regards to healers, medicine women, medicine men, and spiritual teachers. Then also, let's say, specific persons that have an expertise. So it's all wonderful, and they're all, I'm myself in the space. So actually I love the space, and I think it's really needed on this planet, definitely. And I think deeply there needs to yes, a healthy relating towards those areas, right? So when you place the roots, I talked about this even earlier, when you place the roots in another basket, your own flower cannot bloom. it just cannot happen, because you cannot water actually your own seeds, because the root is actually somewhere else. And I find, and I observed on my own journey and also in working with patients, it's so crucial of really tuning into this. Where have you outsourced your power? And especially when we talk about healing, because oftentimes when we reach out for healing, when we want to activate our self-healing mechanisms, when we want to tap more into our own power, we are really thirsty. So it's a quality of I'm thirsty, I really want that. That's what I observed in my own life, that's what I observed with patients. So it's a vulnerable place, right? So this is something that wants some safe space to actually see, yes, I can be supported, and the quality and let's say the soil for my healing, the soil for the soul's power I invite in, the cosmic power, the cosmic touch that is flowing through me, is coming from my own source. That's a whole different conversation. And yeah, so that's just what I wanted to share today. So yeah, if you feel like you're in a space where you want to dive deeper into those dynamics of, let's say, taking back the roots of core traits you actually have in yourself and strengthen them, and at the same time, you know, doing this also in a collaborative way, I warmly invite you to Cosmic Touch. And I feel this will be such a beautiful space, because I really feel it's for the healers. So it's for, even, for example, if you work as a healer, or you really are feeling deeply connected to this quality of being a healer, and you, for example, find yourself again and again in situations where you research all the topics about self-healing and so on because it's just interesting to you, or you find yourself in situations where people are just, they love coming to you, and you just, doing things, and they're always like, oh my God, I feel so much better. So that's for me the quality of the healer I'm referring. So if you find yourself in those areas, and yeah, I deeply invite you, and happy to see you. All the love.